Welcome to War Table. My name's Jay. This is the continuation of the painting of the Ork Spanner. I just combined those two colors to do the color on the boots of the Ork. I used Xandri dust for the backpack he's got hanging there. Some Uthern gray to paint his little bag hanging there off of that screw. I like to use some bulb red just to dab into the eye socket, let that dry, and then go back over the outside later with green. That seems to be the easiest way to do eyes, because it's really hard to get them just right at first. Wa Flesh, War Boss green, and Moot green, and some Llama medium are how I'm going to be doing the Ork Flesh. Alright, so painting. This is just, you're going to take light coats by mixing the Llama medium into, basically what that does is it dilutes it, but at the same time it doesn't make it more runny so that you can still work with it and get it to stick where you want it to stick. And you can do basically I'm just going to be doing a glazing basically to slowly bring the color from dark to light, and just really when you do this, it's a feel you get for it. Finally, you just gotta keep basically diluting the paint, making it a little thinner from the color that, and I don't mean thinner like more wet, I mean thinner like less pigment. The Llama medium dilutes the pigment and makes the opacity less opaque. So you can slowly build up those layers and get that bright green at the very end, and that's how I get that effect. And I've been doing that for a little while now, and I really like the way it ends up looking on the orcs when they're done. So I encourage people to try this technique if you haven't. It's a really good technique for getting very good looking orc muscular textures and things like that. I've definitely feel I've gotten better at painting since I've started trying this technique. You just keep dabbing it into the spots, letting it dry, and then move on to another spot. And as you build it up, it'll end up looking really good. So that area is the very tip. It's going to be the brightest. So any area where it would be bright, the dark recesses, you just got to always think in those terms. I love painting orcs too, because of all the armies, they're not really any set way. I mean, there is a set way to, like the Death Skulls, they obviously have white and blue in their color scheme, plus the green. So you're kind of, that's what you're probably going to be doing. But at the same time, you have a lot of liberty as far as things like these backpacks and the little bag and their banner poles and his little weird wrench and the thing on his head. And you just get all these other little things that you can paint that just make the model so much more interesting and fun to paint. I think that's one of the main reasons I enjoy painting orcs so much, is because they just have a lot of character to them. A lot of fun too, when you finally do get to play with them, because they do tend to be a little wild, and as far as either it goes really badly or really well sometimes. But it's a lot of fun, and that's what's important, is you have fun and enjoy yourself. This whole thing's supposed to be enjoyable, not supposed to be something that should ever stress you out or make you worried about it or anything like that. It should be something that always makes you feel good. And I love to sit down and paint. It's a lot of fun, and it always gets my mind off of things if anything's bothering me, or if anything, just want to unplug a little bit and get out. That's one of the main reasons I encourage people to paint, is just to to get out of your head a little bit and do something creative and fun. So I definitely encourage you to do that. If you have been thinking about it and you're watching this just for some reason, like, I've been thinking about getting into painting, I definitely recommend you do it. You'll enjoy it. It's one of those things too, when you're done with something, you get a lot of satisfaction from your accomplishment. Alright, now when you're painting the orc guns, they're almost a whole model onto themselves, especially with these def guns, because they are gigantic. They're just as big as the orc almost, so you definitely have, again, a lot of room for just different things you can do. And I started with Grey Knight Steel, but I also wanted, since they were Death Skulls and they're the Luta boys, I wanted to make it look like their guns had definitely been cobbled together from lots of different pieces of stuff, which is what they look like, the way they were modeled. But to achieve this, I just painted a lot of things different on the model, but I tried to keep the colors consistent across the guns of the unit, just so that it all ties together in the end, hopefully. Now with this, I just used some, I think that's Xandri dust. I can't remember. I'm sorry. But just use it's a light color, just something to just make it look a little bit different. Here's some brass scorpion to put on this part of the gun, and that's going to really make it stand out, so that it's not all just steel looking. Give it a little brass. I painted the hose also with some hash nut copper. Just make sure you get wherever you're trying to get covered completely so it can dry real good. And you could start on the next part. Yeah, that brass scorpion looks really good. I'm liking it. Definitely has a nice bright look. Make sure you always just try to get one good layer on there and then let it dry. Don't overwork it. You got, about 30 seconds maybe to work the paint before you should move on to another area and let it dry out. I also put some brass scorpion up on the front part of the gun. And there it is. Kind of halfway there. Let's see, I've just always got to find the good angle to approach it and paint it, so that you can see what you're doing and you get the paint on what you want to get the paint on, and you're not on everything else. And again, I painted this in pieces just so I could get those inside pieces really nice looking. The Steel Legion drab is what I use for the belt. I also put some on the strap of the backpack here, just to make it look a little different than the backpack. But it all looks like the same kind of belting material they're using to make their stuff with. That's what's, like I said, it's fun. You get to try to tell a little story with the colors you're using. Alright, now Nollan Oil is a great shade just for even just black lining stuff and getting stuff to start having a little bit of contrast to it. So I just started working a little bit of this over pretty much everything except for the green skin. This is just for the chain, just to help the chain look better. You can also use the Nollan Oil. You could use it on probably the pants, but I think I used some Drakenhof Nightshade on the pants. Remember, if you enjoy any of these videos or if they help you at all, please like and subscribe. Also, I have a bunch of affiliate links for different things I always use when I paint and for printing. So if you want to help the channel, the best way to help the channel is just click on one of those affiliate links before you go shopping on Amazon, and that would definitely help my channel a ton, and I'd appreciate any help I can get. So thanks everybody. Again, this video, this was a long paint job. I could do another video even showing the rest. Let me know if you'd like to see that.